this, I'm immortal. When I feel like this, I'm immortal. When I feel like this, I'm immortal. Don't stop, just don't stop.
Alrighty, welcome in everybody to the Fly for Fun show, April 9th, this is our 217th show, Ray. Don't ask me how I'm keeping up with that, but anyway, I am. Hey, welcome in everybody, and of course, all the excitement is, I'm not saying it's over because there's so many pictures and videos and phone calls and texts and, going back and forth, Ray. It was an incredible weekend. I mean, it was
nonstop.
I guess it was just like we planned it as far as the weather for sure. Had a little wind that day, but hey, that was small beans to compare to the friendships and the camaraderie that we had there. And I mean, it was incredible. I know Scotty and I, Scotty's going to join us in a few minutes. And Ray, what did it go? I know, Ray, we talk on the way home. I always call you and you call me. So
I know.
What was your thought?
It couldn't have went any better, really. Even with the wind, still. I mean, you and Rick were brave enough to fly as soon as we got there. And once I saw you guys flying, I sent my Maverick 3 up. But I've seen a lot of people flying despite the wind. And
they did.
The people came. There were so many new people. Like Josh. Josh was there.
Yeah.
And we got to know Josh. And I mean, we could start naming names. There were so many new people, and it's so great seeing the people who have been there before. So
yeah, guys, and I sent
out
some.
There were a lot more pre South Florida drone mini meetups ahead of time.
Absolutely, yeah, that was pretty. I know Scott and I got there Tuesday, and of course, we flew Wednesday, Thursday, Friday morning, and of course all day. Man, we went to different locations. Of course, we even went to some secret Ray Kelly secret spots. I mean, so secret that I can't even show the videos because Ray was like, no, that was a big part of it. And I got to say, Ray, we'll get everybody in the chat here in a second, but I'll tell you what, let's welcome people in that's in the chat, Ray, and then I want to go with
I know, I'm telling you,
we're 366 days away from the drone meetup next year. So
yeah. Well, I think it was Josh. He was number one. There's chat has scrolled already, but Jody Drone Shots, he's right behind him, and then I know I saw Philip Koshad. How you doing? And it was great seeing Philip. He became the roving reporter, live streamer. He was going around live streaming, talking to people. He was covering it really, really well. I thought so. He
kind of took Brad Austin's place, because he was like, Brad pops in on the pictures and gets those selfie shots, and kind of photo bombs, but you don't have to do that with Philip because he's all over the place, man. He's filming, he's shooting pictures, he's shooting video, he's got his phone. He was having a good time, I'll tell you that.
I know. And John Flins, he's in the chat tonight. It was great seeing John and then Colleen.
Yep.
And see John Olson in the chat. How you doing, John? Always good to see you, and I'll fly with you when I get back. It's less than 3 weeks now. So, and John, Connecticut Pirate, how you doing, John? It's good to see you again.
John, yeah.
So glad you came back, and we got to say thank you to all our sponsors rather than start naming one at a time. But we couldn't have pulled off this event because the big raffle at the end is a big deal. And we had so many raffle prizes that we gave away. Johnny and Al were bundling them up, and some people won three sets of prizes, Audrey Dempsey, she won the position on the list giveaway. That's the first raffle that we give away. She was number 115 on the list. and she won a nice prize. I don't know what it was off the top of my head, but Phillips got it all on camera.
Yeah, I'll tell you what,
So
that was the
and
the
I
night,
thought Philip, he wanted to film the winners getting their prizes,
right?
but he was actually keeping an eye on us pulling the tickets.
Well,
But anyway, no, and it went so
I
much
think
better putting the names on the tickets. It went a
yeah, it
lot
was because
faster.
yeah, I think instead of just a number, people looking at the number, the names, but I think we had, of course, we had a ton of, I would say, small prizes, whether it be T-shirts, we had SD cards. I mean, we had so many things, and then I think that Ray, I think we had 20, what I would say that 20 big
I,
prizes. So
oh yeah, yeah, the big prizes, yes, yes.
yeah,
And I
so
know, people love winning prizes. Whether it's a hat, a T-shirt, um, you know, and I can't say enough thank yous to our sponsors, really. But anyway, let's get back to the names. We've got a Marcus, Idaho Quadcopter in the chat. How you doing,
Marcus will
Marcus?
probably
Good
join
to
us in
see
a
you.
few.
You
Yeah,
made it home, I guess, safe. And we say, did I say hello to John Gregory? Yep, I think so.
John,
John
yeah,
Gregory. Yeah. DeMarco's in the house. How you doing, DeMarco? He's
Marco.
been soaking. He's been soaking because the Gators won. Won, right? Right,
Yeah.
DeMarco? But anyway, that's all good too. Michael Wright. Hopefully, Michael Wright's feeling better because he's in the same boat as I am. He got a little sick after the cruise, but Michael, hope you're feeling better. Um, and Bob Casey's in the house. How you doing, Bob? Good to see you.
Had a
And
great
Rick,
time hanging out with Bob.
how you doing, Rick? It was fun hanging out with you. But once I saw you and Johnny flying, I decided to send my Mavic 3 up. And Rick is gonna be in the video, the next video that I edit,
Yeah.
because that's gonna be sort of the flying video from the meetup. But anyway, um, Brian, Waypoint, New England, how you doing? Hopefully you can make it down 1 year to join us. And Alan, Drone Views Media, how you
News
doing?
Media, yeah.
Angel's in the house. How you doing, Angel? All right. Let's see, Johnny. Am I missing anybody? Probably
Yeah,
am because
we'll catch up with some names. Let's get we got and let's get Scotty and Brad. They're back here and get them. But they was a big part of this
hey,
drone
Brad.
meetup.
Good
Brad,
Brad,
better
evening,
say hello to
everybody.
Scott.
what's up, Brad?
Hey, Scott. Hey,
Give
hey,
me a minute. I'm still. I got to get with that DeMarco guy. He's threatening me now. So
He's threatening you
He's
with
he's
threatening you.
giving me a hard time.
No, hey, Brad, I want to personally thank you. I know, man, you worked hard doing that. Ray was checking people in, and Al and I was doing
Yep.
the present. But man, you doing the lanyards and the name tags, and man, you were busy. And I know we talked a little bit after. Man, that's a big job. So I appreciate
yeah.
it.
And these
Yeah,
are the name tags, the badges
I
that Brad made up.
I enjoyed
Really,
it, but
really nice, Brad.
I feel like I missed out on some of the socializing. Maybe we can figure something out next year where I can get out there and talk to people a
yeah,
little bit
we
more.
got well. That's
Yeah, got to
the
take a
drone
break.
committee.
Got to shut it down for a little bit. That's what
Yeah,
we're gonna have to do. Definitely.
the drone committee will get together and we'll kind of, Brad, we'll talk and we'll kind of, I got a couple ideas on that and we'll get with Ray and Ray's got
Yeah.
some ideas. So yeah, but hey, you know what? I do want to say, Ray, of course,
Johnny, were you looking up to get one of these? I
oh,
know.
he got
I know.
the big one. He didn't get
I
Ray. He didn't
know.
get
Scotty got the big one.
yeah, he got the big one.
I got one of the small
I
ones
know.
myself.
That's his buddy that gave him that, so I'm just saying.
Oh man.
No, hey Ray, I do want to say, man, look, thank you. I mean, I know it's hard to start naming names, but I tell you what, I do have to give a special shout out to Jeremy, of course. A
Yep.
lot of stuff was produced. I mean, he brought a whole bunch of shirts there that morning. And of
Yep.
course the Air 3S, but there was so many prizes. And I don't, somebody just texted me, Ray, about who won the little FPV drone. I don't even know the guy's name, but
Brandon.
we had to go,
Brandon, yours.
yeah.
Brandon Finn. Yeah.
Okay,
Mhm.
Brandon. Yeah, and then
Sims.
you know, got Jeff Norman. I think Jeff won that triple tech. Of course, Ken
Tablet.
Godlett
Yeah, that
won
tablet.
the Air 3S. So you may get to fly that drone, Ray. You know, if Ken will let you fly
Yeah,
that
maybe
thing.
he'll let me. You know, if I'm nice to him, maybe he'll let me.
Yeah, but that was, you know, Scotty's showing up all these stuff that
And
Brad spent a
Scott,
lot of time doing that.
There's Brad.
yeah,
Yep, and
Scotty's got
guys,
all
oh
his
yeah,
stuff. All my stuff
the
still
coaster
packed up.
design was great, Brad. Really.
Look at that.
Oh,
well, that was upside down, but
That's Brad too. I
Oh
know, but
yeah,
I
that's
can't do
nice.
it the right way because I'll dump everything.
That's nice.
Yeah.
But I gotta say, you know, Brad gave me a good many, and I'll be doing some sticker giveaways, and we'll definitely include you know, one or two of these in each thing in the next upcoming weeks. And you know, I know Brad did a lot of stuff, and man, you know, guys, it takes a lot of time to do that. But hey, you know what? It was a great event, and you know, I gotta say, man, I gotta of course thank the Moorgate Police Department. They came out, and I'll tell you what. Those two young, I say young policemen. To me, they were. Oh yeah, Scotty, I think you found. Did you find some of them in your luggage?
Those
Yeah,
things were,
there's a bag. Yep.
they were everywhere.
That's
I
funny.
was wondering how I ended up with all
And
this.
when you pull my ticket, I won a cup. I won an Adventures Cup.
Yeah, Ray won his own prize, but no, I got to say those two young policemen that came, man, they were two of the nicest young men, and man, they stayed around, and you know,
Yes,
I know they
were.
flew the V copter they watched, and I got to of course say a special thanks to Nick for doing his that FPV drone
Waterproof
in the
drone
water there.
demonstration. That's amazing. The way he builds them and he flies them, and you know, I that was one of my first videos I put out after the meetup.
That looks
And,
familiar.
That's for
No,
DeMarco.
yeah.
There you go,
Now,
DeMarco. Look at that.
who made that? Who made that? Brad.
Brad made
Brad.
that.
Brad right
That
there.
is
I don't
nice.
think Brad
I was
wanted to
wondering.
sell this. I don't think Brad wanted to sell this, but I went home with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, those were neat.
I made that just for the Florida meetup, and that was my mascot.
Oh,
Very
I got the
nice,
mascot.
man.
I didn't
You
know
got
that.
the mascot. My
Yes, the
mascot.
South Florida drone mascot. There you go.
Yeah.
No, but I tell you what, and then of course Hot Rod, you know, that Sunday we went over to Dolman Beach, and that thing that he, I guess it was like the Red Bull drone. I mean, that thing was. I'll tell you what, I don't know how. All I could tell you,
Yeah.
I could tell you it was going fast. I don't want to say how fast it was going, but it was moving.
It was going
moving.
99.99 miles an hour.
That's
Probably
the correct
so, at
answer.
least.
And how about these coasters too? You know,
Mr. Rick,
these just happen to be laying around.
Yeah.
You know.
I ended up
And,
getting one of those.
These are nice too. Really, very nice, Rick. Really
Mine looks better.
Yeah. Yeah.
nice.
Those were fun to design. I like those.
Lance, welcome in. Matt Bagwell, welcome in. Michael Wright, DeMarco, and who else popped in? Art, welcome in.
TJ's in the house. How you doing, TJ?
Auger, yeah. Lloyd did some stuff.
Yeah.
Lloyd just got his printer like 2 weeks before the event. He was
Lloyd
printing like a
gave he gave me some little bag of goodies here. It's pretty neat, you know. I'll tell you what, he's gonna you know, hey Brad, you might could turn over all of that stuff to Mr. the Grumpy Blogger, you know. Yeah, I will say, you know, Lloyd was a lot more grumpier this year, so he was more like himself. No, hey, it was fun to hang out. I always tease Lloyd. I was disappointed, you know. He
hey Jerry, how you doing, Jim?
Yeah, and of course, yeah, that was a great. I think Alexis sent 100 of those, Scotty. Those are pretty.
That sucker works, doesn't it?
Oh yeah,
spinning,
I
man.
know.
Yeah,
It won't stop. That thing won't stop. I'm telling you.
They got those bearings in them.
Ray, I'm gonna show a little bit of the video you put up. Let me see.
Hey, Matt Bagwell, how you doing?
Let's look a little bit.
Ken. Hope you're feeling better, Ken.
Go to the Jensen Beach.
Yeah, guys, and if you got, I always say, if you got pictures and video, put them up on the Fly for Fun page, the 5th annual South Florida Drone Meetup page. Look at that shot by Mark Fisher there.
Unbelievable! What a shot!
You know, Mark can actually fly. You know.
Yeah, he can. You know.
Myself and Steve Barnett and Al
We got there early, that's for sure.
Yeah. I mean, I wanted to get my flight in early, and once I seen you and Rick flying,
Thank you, Tony.
You gave me the courage to send it up.
Well, it was windy early too.
It was windy
Yeah, it
very
was.
early. Yeah,
It was
that was
windy.
like
So that's what I thought. I thought I'd get there real early before the wind picked up.
that was
You know,
like 6:30 maybe, I guess, or even.
I think it was 20, 25 sustained all day and 35 to 40 gusts.
South Florida drone.
But you know what it did for us? So nobody got hot.
That's true. It felt good.
Coastal Waterway, the Indian
Look at that! Look at the lights under there. They
You
were
got
pretty.
that bridge.
Hmm.
And I was hoping for a beautiful sunrise this morning.
Yeah, sunrise didn't work out so well that morning.
Yeah, but that
Came
night,
up a little late. That's all. And this was really important to me that the Margate Police Department drone unit came. Really.
We're so glad that you're here. Really, we're so glad.
Yeah, they came over and wanted a poster, so they had the most wanted poster. They knew who to come get when trouble started.
well, Al, Al, they keep Al straight over there in Moorgate, so they have a busy job keeping Al straight.
I like their logo on the side of the car too, red, white, and blue.
Responsible for getting the Margate Police to participate.
They had a what was that? A Skydio drone, yeah.
Skydio, yeah, it cost 35,000, I think they told me.
Yeah, it took a few
Yeah.
minutes to get off the ground. I know that.
Hey,
I guess.
Hey Johnny, don't you have something on your drone hitch or your hitch of your vehicle now?
I don't think so. No,
Yeah, you do, because Brad gave it to you.
no.
Yeah.
Your hitch cover.
You see the beautiful sunrise.
I have.
I love flying at this location, though. I do. A couple of people suggested maybe we move it, but it's not easy to find a place that there's the sunrise. So I got the sunrise. I was happy.
This is actually Bob Casey's. Oh, maybe I ought not show that. I'm sorry.
And support.
Maybe I ought to do it that way.
Yep. Bob's got one in there.
Guys, it's
Rick's
anywhere
got
you
one as
go.
well.
Anywhere you go coastal. I mean, you're gonna have some wind, and this place. If you see it right there, you see the bathrooms, you see the gazebo. You got plenty parking, so it would be tough to do. And I'm sure they might have other spots similar to this, but this is a very convenient location.
Well, Joel, he had went to the other side of the bridge and flew right by the fishing pier over there. And he said it was a lot calmer over there.
Of course, the attendees were starting to arrive.
Go happy today. Go home happy today.
And Gracie's poster right there, that was amazing, Johnny, really.
Yeah, and absolutely. I want to thank everybody that purchased the poster. I think I have like 3 left, and if anybody wants one, then just hit me up, and of course we can print as many as we need. But I got them all in the mail. The people who didn't come, and I hand delivered all of those there. So yeah, I want to shout out to everybody.
No, we had to postpone. We had to abort. We couldn't do that most drones in the sky thing. It was just too windy to do that. We definitely would have had some casualties trying that.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I didn't dare.
We'll
go
break
up
it
in that
next
wind.
year.
I had my Mini 4 Pro. I probably could have flew it because, I saw Jeremy flying the Neo, and if you can fly the Neo in that wind, you should be able to fly anything.
Yeah, he did. He flew it quite a bit too.
He did.
Yes, he did. Yeah.
It was like this, but it was flying.
Yeah, it was. But you know what?
Rod.
We flew that a lot. A lot of people flew those in the little mini meetups. I know, Scotty, we went somewhere, every day. We went Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. We got up early every day, that's for sure.
Well, Tom had the flip, and he was flying it, and it's got the 3-axle gamble. So even though the drone was like this, the camera was straight on. It was level. It was that. I tell you, that's the first time I'd seen the flip, and I was pretty impressed with it. After you bring it down, it doesn't necessarily shut off. So if you wanted to, you can use it. It does have a microphone.
I see.
So
Phillip,
you could actually keep vlogging with it.
Philip is in here. Philip, I'm gonna put the link, link in the chat here, and you're welcome to join. Anybody that went to the meetup, guys.
Hey, Bill, Coast to Coast Drones, how you doing? Hopefully you can make it next year, Bill. You know, if the people from England and the UK don't come back, you'll get the most distance travel award, Bill.
Man,
Hey,
what's up,
hey,
John?
John.
John.
Good evening.
How you doing?
How you doing, sir?
Evening.
Well,
Long time no see.
Yeah, I'd be doing better if it wasn't snowing and
Yeah,
it
John
was
sent me
light
a
on the
John.
ground.
John, it's 80. It was 82 degrees here. You know, I'm just saying here today. You know,
I don't want to hear it, man. I don't want to hear it. Hey, let me can I just get on here and first?
Hey, Joe.
I want to thank Mr. Johnny Alfonso, Johnny Drone Flyer. He gifted me this 3.5-inch FPV drone, and Johnny, I can't thank you enough for this. I mean, this is an amazing thing you did, and what makes it even more special. Joe Fodolio built the drone, and I know Maddie was a big part of helping get it tuned, as was Scott and Ken, and they surprised me with it. I knew Johnny was up to something because when I came back from dinner, for some reason he wanted my goggles and my remote control.
Yeah.
Because he packed his too far back away, he couldn't get to him or something. So I knew he was up to something. I definitely had no idea it was anything like that. But after I flew the House of Refuge on Sunday night, came back and surprised me with that, and it really touched my heart. So thank
Couldn't
you.
have gone to a better guy, John. That's what I say.
John, the story behind that is, you know, I had all the parts and stuff, but man, I got with Joe, and of course, man, Scotty helped, Ken Harbaugh helped, Maddie worked hard on it. Man, it's kind of, I don't know if it was hard to build a drone out in the lobby like that, but man, they were having a good time, and you know, hey, brother, it's just special. That's all. But everybody had a part. Scott had a big portion of that, and I think he was probably the first person I told. You know, I was kind of thinking, what am I going to do with another drone? You know. So, but anyway, no, Maddie jumped right in there, and I'll tell you what, they were, you know, of course, Scotty and I were laughing out there on the sidewalk because they were like, you know, make this switch the on and off, make this the arm, and make this, you know. So everybody
has their own.
Yeah, I'm surprised you probably got switches going all different directions because we were all putting our 2 cents worth in.
Yeah, and everybody was saying, you know, mine is like this and mine is like that, and you know, and what Joe, you know, said, Joe Fodolio, Leone, Joe, he said, well, it's going to be what it is, and you know, you'll get used to it like it is. But no, it was a fun time doing that, and so no, hey, it's yours.
We cannot wait. We can't wait to see the videos, John. Cannot wait.
Well, I tell you what, it's one of my prized possessions now. I hate to take it up in the air and crash the darn thing. It's just another level of stress now for me to fly it. But I will fly it if it ever stops snowing here. I mean, that would be good. But again, Johnny, I can't thank you enough. I mean, I think, like I said,
it was all of us. It was all of us. And
I know, but you may be a little short, but your heart is giant size.
That man has a big heart, doesn't he?
He does.
He
does.
He's
one of the pillars. One of the pillars.
Hey, you know, and if I'd have got this box that came in the same day I got home, we'd have had some more stuff to give away. You know, I'm just saying, you know, the Marcus Crawfords, I got his box the day I got home.
Yeah.
Oh, did you?
So should I tell the story, Johnny?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Tell the story, Marcus.
Well, so I was going to be prepared this year. I had a whole box of swag.
Yep.
And I had it sorted out by size, people's names on them, and bags.
And I can prove it. Yeah, absolutely.
Etc. And of course, we before the meetup, we went on a 10-day Caribbean cruise. So I didn't want to haul that stuff around with me. So my intention was ship it to Johnny. Johnny would bring it. I could hand it all out. Everybody will be happy. Well, it took about 2.5 weeks to get to Johnny's house. So it was too late. It arrived at Johnny's, actually longer than that, probably more than 3 weeks to get to Johnny's house. And the day that Johnny got home is when it arrived at his house. Or he just sent it right back to me.
Yeah. Well,
so Marcus, I know you went on that cruise, you know, and that was probably the highlight. But what was the highlight for you at the South Florida Drone Meetup? Really?
Well, of course, the
You
day
want
of
to
the
pick one
meetup,
highlight?
the day of the meetup is always special, right? It's always
Yeah.
special. However, I as you know, I think I told you, Ray, I always wanted to fly the Juneau Pier, and thank you to the way you planned that out. I got to fly the Juneau Pier, and then the other one, I have to thank Ron Brown.
It's a secret spot, though, Marcus.
That's
You
a
can't tell
secret
anybody.
spot. That's a great spot to fly. Ron, before we went out to Dolman Park, he took me out to the House of Refuge, and I got a really good flight in out there. Those were a couple of things that I really liked. And then one that you guys probably didn't see is a bunch of us went out to dinner at Conchi Joe's, which is a restaurant that's right there by the Jensen Beach Causeway. And we flew right at sunset from their parking lot. We took off and flew. And I'm telling you, Ron is starting to make a believer out of me. Those sunrise and sunset flights, they're always the best.
Right. Golden hour. Yeah. Right. Well, that's good, you know. But we were glad that you brought Sarah this year, you know. That was great.
You know, she got sick. In fact, she went to the doctor this morning.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she's doing okay. She didn't have COVID. They tested her for COVID. They tested her for strep. Neither one of those. So she's rested all day today, and I think she's feeling better. But I think a lot of people got sick, and I don't know. You know, I guess just when you have a big meetup like that, that's kind of part of the game.
Yeah. Now on the cruise, which island did you like hitting the best? For flying.
Yeah. Oh, wow. That is really tough. St. Vincent was really cool because we got to go up to a fort that's above the whole city and fly. We went up to that fort. Our cab driver, the thing was closed. They were doing some construction under there. He knew one of the guys that was working there. He took us up to this thing. They snuck us in a back door, and we got to fly. So that was really, really fun. And then Antigua was another really good island. I don't know. Every one of them were cool places to fly.
You can go on and on and on. I know.
But it was a drone crew. We all got to take our drones. The group of us, Barkley and Jenna, and Jay Santiago and his wife Evelyn, and of course Bob and Audrey Dempsey. What we do is we get to an island and we'd rent a cab. And we just have them take us to places to fly, and it was pretty special. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, right.
Anyway, I'm too long.
Ron, how you doing?
So, John, my advice is put a pre-arm on this switch.
I'm going to let Johnny back in here. So,
good idea.
Yeah, exactly. If you want your fingers, put a pre-arm switch on.
Yeah. And then there were four.
Now it's just four.
Well, I have to say, Rod, your rocket drone was one of the highlights. That's for sure. Everybody was
cool.
I don't think I oversold it.
You know, and when you showed up with it, it was everybody had an interest in it. You know, what'd you think about it? Were you happy with the way everything went?
You know, I wish I'd have had about 2 more weeks so I could have flown the thing around, but I'm glad I made the decision that I did, which was I didn't fly it at my house other than to hover it, just to make sure that it was mechanically kind of working as best it could. Because I'd watched a video where a guy on his first flight, he flew it a little too hard. And when he came back, the battery sagged when he went to land, and he dropped it out of the air from about 5-6 feet up, and it broke. So I knew that base could break, but the break was even more interesting than you would think.
Yeah, that was it was fun to see that thing. I know we were down at the other end with that B-cop that we were doing a little video, and man, I saw it swooping over there, so it's pretty neat.
I never went above 50% throttle.
Yeah.
And it's
is that right? Oh wow!
Yeah, I didn't have.
I didn't realize that.
Maddie and I, neither one could pick up GPS. The KPI was like really bad that day, Is kind of why we didn't pick up the GPSs.
Hmm.
So I don't know.
Probably a
how
wise
fast
choice.
it was going.
Yep.
Other than I had the throttle on there, but as you could, for the people that were there, oh my God, the sound of that thing. It's got its own unique sound for sure.
Very unique.
What is Maddie saying here? I'm not want to start with that rocket rod flew was a shit. Yeah, I hear you, Matt. let me wish happy birthday to a few people. Jeff Udock had a birthday. Stephen Sutton, Jeff Sills, Jackie Akers has got a birthday coming up. I think she's going to be 25. Jerry Calvary, I want to say, and also Jerry Calvary got married. So congratulations.
Yes, congratulations,
Bill Ronayne had a birthday. And look, hey, and guys,
happy birthday. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday,
I gotta say,
everybody.
Bill Ronayne, man, he worked his butt off at that event. He
does.
he streamed. He went and got the pizza, the Sticks billiard hall that
Not
night
to
before.
mention the meet and greet, man. They went all out for us at that meet and greet. Really, it was the best one yet. Really,
I'm gonna tell you, he and Bill. I mean, listen, I'm not. Bill wasn't feeling very good. I mean, he wasn't his old self. I can tell you that.
It wasn't 100%. No.
Yeah, and he went and got the pizza, man. He sat there, and I'll tell you what, big shout out to Bill. He's a big part. He brought the ice. I mean, we had like 7-8 cases of water. They kept it full, and man, he was working hard. So I got to.
And the food just kept coming out too. That food they put out just kept coming out.
Yeah, that was an incredible night, that part. But
hey Art, how you doing, Michael Blade?
So did you hear the 8S? Because I flew the 8S first before I flew the rocket.
All right, I'm gonna get Brad back in here a second. All right, Brad. Oh, and Brad. There you go, Bradley.
Hey.
No, but hey, you know what? Let me get Scotty back in here. But I tell you what, Scotty and I, man, I tell you what, we had the best time. Even though Scotty, I guess, the first 200 miles from your house, it wasn't fun driving in that stuff we drove in. But hey, we got there.
Well, that was you. I was sitting here nice in the house, and but I hit it on the way back, and I guess you did too on the way back.
But I'll tell you what, those, and I see Bob Casey in here. And of course, Bob had some weather at his house, a lot of inches of rain, and he had to leave a little bit early. But, him and Ronnie did those flags. I mean, those two items were incredible.
Yes. They were.
I mean, they really, really were. I mean, look, it's great to win a drone. And I mean, everybody in here has, I say, a ton of drones. But, man, you know what? Those flags mean a lot. And
it's more personal.
Lloyd won one, and Joe Leone won the other, right? Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Lloyd and Joe. Yeah.
Hey guys, I'm fixing to go. I got to go cook and everything for mother-in-law. My wife's out of pocket right now.
I was just gonna ask you what you think was the highlight, Philip. What'd you think for you?
I mean, Sticks was better than, I wouldn't say better than last year, but it seemed better. With the food and everything, there was a lot of highlights to it. Joe building that quad was that was something.
Yeah, Philip screened that. Yeah,
and the biggest thing was John receiving that drone, and
definitely not a highlight.
No, I didn't pull y'all over to the house of refuge. John,
what you don't know. That guy over in the other corner, I forgot his name.
Yeah, that guy.
That one that was talking. Yeah. he was on his way back, so we were having to stall so he could get back so he could see it. So, man, where you at? Hurry up, get back. I said, put it on two wheels.
Scott says, where you at? And I said, I'm going over the bridge. He goes, well, hurry up. Got to come. And I thought the hotel was on fire.
I thought you were going to say the highlight was the animal crackers. I'm just saying.
That was up there.
Somebody took your animal crackers, Johnny.
Did they really?
They were not there the next morning.
Oh, well, that's okay. They probably they probably threw them away.
Animal crackers. They're high demand.
Yeah.
Let's see. I got a little, matter of fact, talking about the House of Refuge. Let's see, John.
There's so many great photos and videos from you guys over there. Really.
Let's play this a little bit. 3 minutes, I think. Yeah, that was a cool place to fly, especially if you brought the right drone. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
And you got to research the history of that place too. Find out the history because
As Joe would say, I'm
it's
just
so
saying.
interesting.
I'm just
Yeah, I
saying.
hear you. I think it's Joe's daughter's birthday, so he got to.
Right.
John, you shot this with Air 3S?
Air 3.
Yeah.
Yep.
Nice, John.
I wanted to take my Avata, but you know, you had to
Yeah,
have
I hear you.
my
I know
goggles
somebody already
controller.
had an Avata 2 there, you know.
Now, John, was this when you were with me?
Yeah, part of it was Phil. Some of it was that morning we went to.
Okay.
So.
Oh, I see. Y'all went back for a second. Yeah.
That's right. I didn't
They
have
can
enough
go
footage.
around.
I don't think my phone rang for that invite, you know.
Johnny, I asked you. I said, "Come on," and you were like,
Hey,
"Oh,
hey,
no, I can't."
Hey, I asked
y'all
everybody.
Y'all did. I wanted to go back. We just, you know what, and Scott, you know, we talked about it ourselves, but it seemed like we don't ever shut up, you know, walking around and talking to people. So Brad, you was there that morning, wasn't you?
Yeah, I was there. I flew a little bit of it as well.
Now, John, was this the card you found at the hotel?
Oh yeah, none of this is my footage. This is
okay.
I couldn't find any name on the card to give credit to.
Oh, this might be Buckeye Drones footage.
Yeah, it could be
It
Rick's.
could be.
Hey,
It could
well,
very
guys,
well
I'm
be.
fixing to go cook dinner. Okay?
Hey, Ronnie.
We'll see you,
doing,
Philip.
Ronnie?
Good to see you, Phil.
It was good to see
All
y'all.
right.
We'll see you later.
Have a good one,
Yes,
Phil.
Joe,
Philip.
put it in the chat there. Send it to me on Facebook Messenger if you would. Yeah, I tell you what, that was a unique. You know what's funny about? I think I just heard of that place. My good friend Captain Ray Kelly never told me about this secret location up till last year, I believe.
Yeah, we went there. We went there last year. Yeah, a few people. We hit that spot right before we went to Dolman Beach, and it's really a great spot to fly, don't you think, John?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Yep.
Yeah, one of my highlights was going to Peanut Island this year, and the carnival or the cruise ship coming in, and the JFK bunker on the back side. That was pretty cool to see.
And
that.
you found it, right, Scott? You found it, right?
Well, only because you knew where to go. Tell us where it was at.
Yeah. That was pretty. That was a beautiful shot. Just flying over there and then catching that cruise ship. I mean, that could have worked out. I hate to say it, that could have worked out no better. You know, I mean, that was
a perfect morning, really.
So for me, the highlights were that Saturday night drunk playing the guitar. That was fun as all get. And then it was that guy that was flying that Joe Fodolito drone. That was hilarious.
That was John.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Joe. Man, Joe don't have nothing on me. You know, he flies standing up, leaning against a damn car. I mean, who the hell flies like that?
He doesn't get out on the ground and roll.
Yeah, he can't fly behind his back or with his hat over his controller. I mean,
but the biggest
moment
was John getting that drone. That was a special moment.
Yeah, that blew me away.
So John, what does Colleen feel like being a movie star?
She when we were walking back up to the room when I said I was coming back down. She
coming back down. Hey,
something's going on. She's like, "What's going on?" And then I think Joe called me and said, "Hey, we need to come back down." I said, "Well, yeah, I'm coming back down." And he said, "Well, bring Colleen too." And I'm like, "Okay, what's going on?"
Yeah, what's going on?
Yeah.
Hey, and Scotty, I gotta give a shout out to Rick Williamson. You know, we always pick on Rick, and of course, Rick's a man. He's very look. He hung with us for 2 days. He didn't disappear. Now he did put up a video every 15 minutes. I mean, I'm just saying.
Well, let me ask you something. Who else do you know that will go 2,000 miles? How many miles did he go out of his way to go see Chris Hope?
1,400 miles. Yeah,
I'm gonna tell you that right there tells you he's a special guy.
Yep.
Yeah, because I'll tell you guys right now, you're like 800-mile friends, not 1,400-mile friends. I'm telling you.
You got to be on the side of the road for me to come by and see you.
Man, I'll tell you what. Now Rick showed up at my house that Sunday night, and he's like, "I've been on the road 2,000 miles since Friday evening when he got off work."
Right.
Yeah.
So
it's amazing.
Then when he got here, he went right to Miami. Went right down to Miami. Yeah.
That's what this community is about. And Ray, I do want to say I didn't know. Well, not that I didn't know, but when I got there, Tony Sinerski, man, he did that that
He
knife.
was right there. Yeah.
That was
And
was
he
a
got
kind of
he's
not
got that
that
new
I didn't know
setup
he
with
was.
the trailer now, and
Yeah.
that's great, really. And he, you know, a lot of people don't know, but he pays for that second entertainer to come. The Delta Dave and Cindy, he paid out of his own pocket. I don't know what he paid, but he says
Oh
that's
no,
my
there he is.
contribution to the South Florida Drone Meetup, along
Yeah,
I
with
you
forgot
know,
about
donating the
that.
sound
I
system.
will say Joe's the only guy that can fly. He was so excited to fly, he forgot to put his props on. I mean,
Yeah,
just
that
saying, just
that was
saying,
another
Joe.
highlight for sure. Propless Joe.
Hey, I
Brad, what
got
is this? Oh,
this is a video when John came down with
Oh,
his
geez.
wife. If it's 4 minutes long, but I can play a little bit of it.
yeah, play a little bit.
Yeah, don't play the
Yeah,
whole
hopefully,
thing.
let me see if the audio's on. Can y'all hear it?
Yeah, yeah.
We look like a bunch of, you know, like we was. We got together. Actually, you know the guy that built this, and this is yours.
No.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, absolutely. Yes, sir. That's for you, brother. Joe, Maddie, Ken, everybody.
You guys.
That was a great
I
moment.
don't deal with anybody.
Joe put it up too, so I'm blowing it. And Joe did he did a hell of a
Down
job.
to your
Joe.
goggles?
It was with props, actually. Yeah.
That's a sweet bird too. That thing flies so smooth and so quiet.
It's an amazing little drone. And the camera.
Yeah.
That 04 Pro unit. Amazing.
Very nice.
And I'll tell you, Joe is a craftsman in everything he does.
Cut that out, you know.
Building that drone. Because that drone was a beautiful build.
It really was. I tell you what, Joe did. I mean, listen, he did a great job, and I think we were all surprised. I'm gonna pull it, but
Yeah,
I
there
do.
you go.
I was surprised. I think we all were surprised. I never saw the 04 Pro, and I tell you what, that thing at night, because Joe plugged his phone into it. I tell you what, man.
It blew me
I
away.
like what Johnny said too. He said, and it comes with tech support too. There's your tech support.
Tech support.
Yeah.
Well, you know what, Maddie, man, I gotta, you know, Maddie, you know, man, he knows that beta flight, and of course Joe knows it too, and Ken's pretty good, and I tell you what, everybody, Scotty, everybody put their head together. But like I said, the funniest part I think about that after they built it and Joe put it up that first time. You know, it's like, man, we get back on there and doing the switches, and it was funny because even Scotty was saying, like, man, everybody does everything different. They were talking about what you run your batteries down to, and
right,
you know, everybody had an opinion. I could tell you that.
Yeah, there were a lot of numbers floating around there.
Oh yeah.
My head was spinning. I'll tell you, I just with the whole.
Well, John, you know what's good? You get
but
it.
I'm gonna tell you what, Johnny, that drone wouldn't got put together without that group. What, like you said, what Joe did. How Maddie jumped in. Maddie was boom, 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 boom. It was incredible. It really was neat to see how fast that thing went together and how well it went together too. Because that's it. They took one flight out, come back, tweak it a little bit, and send it again.
Yeah, Maddie saying, well, yeah, Maddie probably, but you know what? I mean, I know Joe knows it, Ken knows it, but I mean, I hate to say this. If you have a problem with beta flight, just call Maddie. You don't even have to have the program pulled up. He's gonna tell you where to go. You know, because I know my son-in-law did the same thing. He was, when we first started, Matt had a question, and Maddie knew exactly where to go. You know, before we even.
That's what I was going to say. Maddie's underselling himself because, yes, he's correct. We would have eventually got it, but you may have gotten your drone today, John. Not then.
Yeah.
It would have taken several other days to get it together.
Yeah, you might have would have needed your hotel key to start it or something. I don't know. You know. But, Hi, Rob. What
Michael?
You got here? You got a video?
Hey, this is my answer to Maddie, and for everybody else that was wondering, how the heck do you fly that thing? So this is the video from the drone.
Oh, okay.
So.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Let me take this.
This is what you see on takeoff.
Are you going to be able to like slow it down?
No.
Oh wow.
That drone,
much clearer than I thought it was going to be.
The first time, which is what ended up in the tree. The second time I stayed into it. So if you see up there on the screen, sort of 60, 70 next to the S, Okay, so I got to 60-some% throttle, basically. And that was on 6.
It was moving.
That was on 6S.
It sure was moving.
It could run 8S.
A lot more stable than I thought it was going to be too. The video.
Yeah, it's not bad. Landing it is the bad part. So you can see here, I was bringing it back because the battery is down. I was trying to come down, and the thing's so fast, you can't just like creep up on a spot and then go, okay, I'm going to land here. Because by the time you think about that spot, you're 30 feet past it.
Yeah, you almost need somebody like standing there telling you, like, okay,
that's what I found interesting is as I was coming down, right? Eventually I went to angle mode, and it was kind of hovering down.
Right.
And I'm like, where is it? And I didn't get very good. There's like 20 observers there, and nobody could really kind of tell me where it was or how high it was off the ground.
Right.
So Rod,
like I told Rod, I said the thing's coming in at 100 miles an hour, and we're all ducking.
Yeah, taking cover.
It needs a parachute.
To show you what that thing did, though, when it landed, and this. I've got a new base coming. It's a different material. I actually have the different material. So
yeah,
there's the base.
Dusty's got it figured out.
It cracked, but it also cracked at the layer. It actually broke on a layer.
I'll tell you, old Rodney was fixing to tell you how high it was off the ground. It almost got him.
The fins hit the ground and stuck in the ground, and the motors were still running a little bit, and that twisted that part of the frame and cracked it. So one of the challenges with that drone is just durability. End of story.
I'm gonna play a little video by Mr. Buckeye Drones here, since he this was
I remember this.
Video.
Yeah.
But anyways, I do have the drone lined up for next year.
This is so cool. I would have never thought to do
One
this.
of Rick's 25 videos he put up, just saying.
Very cool, Rick.
Rick, I tell you what, Rick is an incredible pilot, and man, we had such a great time. I will admit, man, it was fun.
It reminds me.
Look at that! Look at that! You come out. Look at
Almost
that!
Done.
Nice.
It's a house of refuge.
Yep.
Yeah, Rick does a great job.
He does. He really does. He has a good time flying. I tell you that.
Apparently,
you know who flies my drones probably better than I do? It gets better shots than I do. My daughter.
Oh, really?
And she's one. She draws like your granddaughter, so she's got the art stuff in her, and she just has an eye for being able to see stuff.
Oh, there's Alex.
Oh, this is nice. Look at this coming in hot.
There he is, sitting over on the bench.
Yep.
That's a good place to fly from, Rick. I never sat there and flew.
I will say this now. He was the first one there. Just saying.
Yeah, that's exactly right. He met us.
Yeah, it's shocking.
Well, Rick knows how to take a trip. That's one thing I figured out too.
I tell you what, it was an incredible weekend. And guys, if you've never been before, I mean, listen, even if, you don't have to make it every year, but hey, if you've never been, I'll tell you what, a lot of newcomers this year and a lot of new pilots and of course old friends, man. It was an incredible time. I got to say.
It was, always is.
And Johnny,
we had 125 plus that really ended up showing up.
Too that Joe's gift to Bob Casey too. He made him that he did that painting.
Oh,
Bob
yeah.
Casey's logo too. That was
yes. He made a special presentation.
Just another.
And that was so nice.
That was nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
Great video, Rick.
Yeah, Joe. I think he made his logo. I saw it. Matter of fact, I recorded for Joe. I was so busy with handing out the gifts and the presents and stuff. I guess so. Man, it was like that part when I think when Al and I and Ray, when you start pulling the names, those couple hours, hour and a half, it's like, man, I didn't remember anything.
The name thing worked great. Calling names.
Yeah, I think that
it was so much better than the numbers. Yeah,
it was much better.
Way better.
Yeah. And the funny part is my next door neighbor would have won 2 of the prizes, but he wasn't there.
Oh,
So,
Yeah, and like I say, guys,
but-
if you got videos or photos,
This one's from
or put them up
Saturday.
on a page. I mean, share them with people I know. I mean, I don't know how many selfies. I would love. We probably set a record for selfies, at that event. But there were some great videos, and I know Ray's got them at the 5th annual. They're on the Fly for Fun. They're on the Drone Nation page. They're on your personal Facebook pages. But hey, share those pictures because somebody may not have seen. Matter of fact, I put a little
we
video.
got 36 people signed up for next year already. 36 are on the list already.
Yeah, I just did.
April
Yeah.
10th to the 12th next year. We got to move it back a week because of Easter.
Hey, Ray, how about telling Rick what number I am?
You're number 21, Scott.
That's right.
You're number 21. Rick hasn't committed if he's coming back or not.
Uh-oh.
No, he'd be a little secretive, I'm just saying if he was. Hey, I gotta say, Ray, when you came met us at that park, there was a little guy in the pictures who we didn't know. So he kind of photobombed us. He was talking about the drones and we was telling him all about it.
Oh, yeah. Right. Yeah,
I
I
thought
know.
he was going to show up. I didn't see him.
Yeah, we did tell him about that, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And by the way, if you guys want your custom numbers again, let me know. And if you're coming back, I'll give you your special numbers.
And Rick, I don't have to have number 21 either.
Well, hey,
Nah, Rick, you're number 21. You'll always be number 21.
Don't tell him that.
And Scott's 21A.
No, it was that little park. What was the name of that park, Scotty? Where we flew to FPV? What's that?
Carver, Kcarmer. Carver. I forgot. We need Ron to tell us. I left an antenna
Park,
there.
right? You're talking about the one in
Carlin
Jupiter
Park,
where you flew the V-copter?
Look at all Scott's stuff. That's Joe's stuff. I'm sorry, that's Photo Leo stuff.
No, I think that was mine.
Oh, was it? Okay. Al, Brad.
I tell you, I love seeing everybody's photos. I really do.
I've never seen Scott actually fly down there.
Well, I actually snuck off there to the end and flew while y'all weren't looking.
Oh, okay, sure.
Well, I can show it. I actually don't. I can't right now. It's somewhere.
Yeah, we were actually
not very
we were
well.
trying to chase each other a little bit. They had Joe building.
That's my drone again. That's mine.
That's
Jay
not flying,
Santiago
Scotty.
down there. That was at.
Well, I flew there, didn't I? I'll tell you what. Johnny put a flight up, and I saw my drone go by.
Yep, he sure did. That was a nice little place to fly right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was it was getting a little dark there, but yeah. We had a good time. We had probably, 15 or 20 people at the lighthouse.
Yeah. Yep, easy.
That's Carlin Park after dark? I mean,
No,
the
that
Boys
was
Park after dark?
Jupiter. Yeah, those
Boys
people are
Park,
waving
right?
at my drone right there. Some of them. That's a beautiful lighthouse.
That's been a big change in the last 5 years. 5 years ago, they'd have looked at it and been scared of it. Now, the public seems to be a lot more comfortable with them just.
Now this picture right here, I think I was in this picture. I got erased.
AI removal works pretty good, doesn't it?
Yeah. I'm just playing. I'm not gonna mention any names, Brad Austin. There it is, right there. See, I was there.
I was playing with the features. I was just playing with the features.
Yeah, and that's of course the table there that Scotty always talks about, the hotel. That's a big part of the meetup,
Oh yeah, everybody hanging out.
Yeah, Scott's got that burlap sack. That was pretty neat. But yeah, that
Very
was
nice, very nice.
It was. I'll tell you what, that was. In a hotel, guys. I know. You know what, man? A hotel is still a great location for what we do, and meeting it down in that lobby. I mean, that's is so.
Flying in the parking lot,
Yeah.
Dennis live streaming out there. But listen, I did call the hotel today. Spoke to Christina. I brought up a little bit about you, Johnny, too, but it didn't go anywhere.
Yeah.
But I also tried to get the early check-in fee waived. I don't know. You guys realized on your bill that they charge you $50 for an early check-in. But anyway, she's going to check with corporate and see if they can waive it for us next year.
Nice.
And she's going to get back with the rate, if she's going to keep the same rate or not. So
that's nice.
Oh,
well, hey,
I just
wanted to share this right before Ronnie and his wife left. He called me over to the truck, me and I think Scott and somebody else, and he said, "Hey, I got something for you." And he started pulling these flags out of a box, and he said, "Here, you pick one of these, and it's yours." And I found this one and grabbed it, and I thought this was really nice work he did. I just want to thank him for that, and
that's cool.
And all he did
very nice, Ronnie. Beautiful. That's
Ronnie does some
the
great
Tea
work.
Party snake, right? If I remember right.
That's the Second Amendment.
Yep.
Second Amendment snake.
Don't tread on me.
Yeah, that was nice. And let's
Okay.
see, Joel.
Don't tread on me. Yeah.
Let me see. Joel sent me something. What was this? Where is it at?
Yeah,
Nice.
I want to thank Ronnie too. He did. He gifted me one as well, and I do appreciate it.
Yeah, that's amazing.
And the same with me. And I got it proudly displayed back there, but I don't have a light on it right now. But tomorrow night on my show, we're gonna have a light on that. It's right back there, Ronnie. So thank you very much, really.
This is Joel. Let's see. He had sent this in to me just a few minutes ago, so I just saw it.
Yeah, Joel, this was his first time being there.
Yeah, he had a great time, I'll tell you.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, Joel was cool.
Michael.
Every time I turned around, Joel was somewhere nearby. It was funny.
Yeah, he had a good time, I'll tell you what. Everybody did. I mean, I'm telling you, it was incredible. I don't know when was they there? I guess they were there when we were there, yeah.
Yeah. House of Refuge right here where we were trying to do a 360 photo with Dennis.
We'd already left here, Johnny, this time.
There's Rudy. Josh.
Tom Dowling too. His first time to meet Tom. I'll tell you what, that was cool. Hanging out with Tom.
Maple Steve was there.
Yeah, Steve, Dennis.
We had such a great time.
Josh.
That was Rudy. You said Rudy, didn't you?
Yeah.
Rudy, yeah.
Hey, Michael Flyzone. How you doing?
Michael, what's up? There's Al.
Yeah, hats off to Al. He rode us around for a little while.
Yep, he sure did. Yeah. That's a great shot right there.
The House of Refuge is actually Al's secret spot. He's the first one to find that and tell us about it. Yeah.
It's funny. It only took us four meetups to find that place, huh?
Yeah,
Oh my God, this is along the coastline.
Chris Key Largo guy told me about it year number 2.
Yeah.
But he told me on the way out. And I never did even think about it after that.
It's very close by.
And that's why that's another good thing. If you come a day or two early or stay a day or two late, you can go to these other locations too. Yeah.
And see, Ronnie's in the house. God bless America. Hey, Ronnie, we were just talking about you.
It's something I'm just saying. I hear you. I try to like Joe Fodolio. You know, I really do try to like him. You know, I'm gonna
tell you what. He's got some invitations down.
You know,
Ray. I don't know if you've heard yourself, but he's got you down too.
Oh, really?
Oh, yes, he does. He's got Johnny and he's got you. Who all? He's done me. I forgot who else he's done. He's done somebody else.
Let's see
what I have up, Johnny, is from Saturday.
Let's see, Philip. Philip sent me this. Let's see here. This was fun. I know. I come out of the hotel and I saw 4 drones following each other.
Oh, that was pretty cool. That was fun to watch.
Yeah, that was neat.
Yeah, he's second in line, but there's 4 or 5 of them going around. Matter of fact, there's 4 or 5 going around, and then there's TJ, we're watching those go by, and all of a sudden, shoom, right by my head, and it comes TJ.
All right, Bob Casey, thanks for joining in. Whoa.
Thanks, Bob. We'll see you.
Whoa.
See you, Bob.
Have a good night, Bob.
It's the other left. It's the other stick.
Thanks for
I
coming,
must have
Bob.
took my lesson
Thank
to
you for
heart
your
one day,
donation.
Scotty.
Oh yeah, Ken, Hot Rod is the other one he does. I don't know if you heard Hot Rod.
We were out flying, and I kept yelling at him about go faster. And so I finally got mad and got my Avada out, and I went by him and my head at about 2 foot away at about 30 mile an hour.
Yeah, this was. I think this was this who's in Philip? This might have been Brad and Ronnie Bell. They had who was out there?
How many drones are flying at the same time here now? 3, 4?
At least 4 to 5.
4 or 5. I think it was 5.
Okay, cool.
4 were in the same row.
Yeah.
And then TJ was flying too.
Yeah.
And two FPV drones were flying as well. Maddie and Joe were flying. So you had, and they were in this same bunch, but they weren't. They were flying faster than these guys. So you could watch either one of them.
So did TJ crash?
TJ
Nobody
did
crashed.
not crash. No.
Nobody crashed. I was surprised.
Yeah, I don't think he did.
Yeah, Maddie
I'm
says he was
surprised
in the
TJ didn't crash. He always crashes when he's out with Maddie.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it was Maddie and Joe were chasing each other. There's Maddie or Joe, or that's the 2 FPV drones right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The blue one is Maddie's.
Yep, bright one. Bright blue one.
Yeah,
It was fun to watch this. This was
looks like a
we're
great
all
time
sitting over in that
doing
corner
that.
watching.
Yeah, they had a good time. I'll tell you
It
what.
looked like they did have a couple of close calls, but nobody hit each other.
All right, guys, we've been on an hour and try to keep it to that
Yeah.
because Bill Thomas will be doing his show. But hey, look, I want to thank everybody, and it was an incredible weekend. And listen, like I always say, if you have any suggestions, any comments, hey, hit me and Ray up, or hit anybody on the drone, hit Al or Brad. We're not, not
Put them
everything
on
is phone, and whatever we can do
on the
to
Facebook
improve the event,
page, really.
we'll do it.
Yeah.
But
I
thank
got a
you all for
suggestion
coming.
next year.
Really?
Hand sanitizer.
Yes,
Lots
you're
of it.
absolutely right.
That's right. That's right.
And toilet paper. As soon as we had that issue going on, I said, now what are we going to do?
Yeah.
As many people got sick, we should definitely have lots of hand sanitizer around and encourage everybody to use it.
Yeah, no lie.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, guys, 2 weeks from tonight, we'll have Mr. Ryan Latoriette on. We'll catch up with Ryan and catch up on some of the laws and stuff that's
Good.
happening. And we'll that'll be 2 weeks from tonight. And, of course, Sunday, to Fly for Fun. And Ray, what are you doing tomorrow night? About
We're
the same?
doing basically the same thing, a recap with the drone meetup committee and some of the attendees. I'm going to put the link in the chat. And let's get some new people to come in and share their
Absolutely.
experiences, too.
Well,
But
guys,
anyway,
thanks
thank
so
you all
much,
for
and we'll
coming,
see you
really.
2 weeks from tonight on the Fly for Fun show. And watch Captain Ray tomorrow night. Everybody have a
Good night.
great night.
Have a
Good
good night,
night.
everybody.
Good night,
See ya.
everybody.